Hey folks, this is Matt once again, and this time I'm reviewing a film. I had reviewed it, but I wanted to do it again because I felt I could do it better. I had uploaded and I was watching like, I'm not really happy with it, so I felt I could redo it better than that. If my stomach would shut up. But that's The Tunnel. This is a film that I saw after I saw the last film, The Descendants, which is a horror film, which I wasn't a fan of. But this one really surprised me. Surprised me? Surprised me. I was so surprised I can't talk straight. I was pleasantly surprised. And yes, it's another found footage film, but I like this film a lot better than VHS or Devil Inside My Ass, A Very Horrible Shit, as I call VHS, and Chernobyl Diaries, which is not found footage, but it's not found footage, but they try to make it out to be like it was, because the way they film it, but it's not. I think it's still better than that. I put in that category of Chronicle and Blair Witch Project and stuff that I like in that genre. But it was directed by a guy named Carlo Ledesma and written and produced by Enzo Tedeschi and Julian Harvey. And at first, the way this was made was kind of interesting because there was something about how you could go on their site and they were trying to raise funds for the movie, and you could buy like digital frames for like $1 each. And it's like if you do that, the budget, our target budget is like over $100,000. They only got like 30 some thousand. It's like okay, we're going to use that and work it out. And so when they made this film and they released it, they actually released it on BitTorrent legally, like on torrent sites and BitTorrent legally, so you could legally download it for free. It's even on YouTube for free, which I thought that's weird. That's interesting. That's pretty cool. But I'm glad I have this because I really like the movie. And I don't know why my stomach keeps talking throughout this whole thing. He must want to talk about this movie too. That's how much my stomach likes it. But what I like about this film, first off, I like the story. It takes place in Australia, and you have this camera crew, news camera crew. You have a female who is I don't know if you call it the main lead, because really the four characters they're all the leads. The girl, I want to get the character's name. The girl is Belle Delia, is her real name. Plays Natasha Warner, and she's a journalist. Up and coming, really wants to get the story. Then you have a cameraman, which is my favorite character, Steve Miller, played by Steve Davis. You have the producer, Peter, played by Andy Odereda. And then you have Tangles, or Jim Tangles Williams, the sound recordist, played by Luke Arnold. I thought all these guys did a great job. That's one thing I'll say about this movie, is it has very solid acting. I thought that's a big plus for the film. And basically the film, like I say, it takes place in Australia, and I believe they actually filmed it actual underground tunnels in Australia. Now, weirdly enough, I was looking at this, and there were some people complaining because I guess there's a film in 2001 called Mole, where it takes place in tunnels of New York. A, I could not find that film. B, you know what? They said the same thing about the last broadcast to Blair Witch, and I thought I thought that movie sucked. Last broadcast sucked. I swear to God, if I had insomnia, that film would cure it. But I love Blair Witch Project. That's my opinion. Same with that. Mole, I haven't seen. I could never find anywhere to see. I was going to see it, but nope. But I did enjoy this film. And like I said, getting to the story, uh, the government wanted to. There's these railways and stuff underneath, and there's like a lot of water there, and they want to recycle the water. This sort of big recycling thing. But the project was kind of postponed and then shut down, and people wondering why that is. And then there's these stories about how maybe there's homeless people that live there, and then there's rumors that there's been homeless people that have been gone missing, and so they want to investigate. They even interview a homeless guy who is okay at first, but he kind of goes apeshit crazy, and the news cameraman go down there and shit hits the fan. But I thought it was really interesting where I like the setup of the story. This crew going down there to investigate, homeless people that are gone missing. Uh, what's going on, so on and so forth. What's the story with this? I thought it does take a while for the story to build up, but I didn't mind it because I liked the story. I liked the build up to the story. I liked how it was going. I liked the characters. The lead girl, I mean, good actress. Her character, but I think it's made on purpose. Where because she's an up and coming girl. You know how some people probably had a problem with Heather Donahue, like okay, she is very pig-headed. Heather Donahue didn't bother me. This girl though, a little bit too much in that direction, but I think that was the point. And also, one thing I should mention is that this film, I say found footage, but it's not really done. It's done kind of like that Curse of the Blair Witch special, but done way better. Or it's kind of done like the last broadcast, but way better. In my opinion, this is how the last broadcast or that Blair Witch special, if they were done right, it would be this movie. Because it's done more of a documentary format where, as the footage is shown, you get interviews from these two people, which you're probably not going to see because the lighting sucks ass. Fucking glare or shadow. But those two people, the top guy is the cameraman, who's my favorite character, uh, played by Steve Davis. And then the bottom is the female reporter. And so obviously you already know it's not going to have the same ending as every single found footage film, which I think is a refreshing pace because it, that's the thing. If you go on a found footage film, you know how it's going to end. So, oh, but you know who's going to die. Well, of course, it's a found footage film. 99% of the time, everyone dies. There's no suspense in that. Name a horror film that's found footage. Everyone dies. Pretty damn. I did name maybe one or two. So, the only reason I mentioned is, oh, there's no suspense. But I disagree. Uh, Before I get to that, why I say I like some of these characters. Uh, the lead girl, again, she's not a bad actress. She's a really good actress, but her character, she's kind of a little bit too pig-headed, and at the end, she's a little bit too, which is understandable during the circumstances, but a little bit too, like, get on your nerves. But I'm not going down her too much because I thought she was a good actress, but I think her character could have been tweaked a little bit in certain things, in my opinion. But I think also that's what they were going for because this was a girl who wanted to get ahead and lied a little bit on things. And, I understand that's where they're going for. Plus, maybe because you had the other guy too, which was much more likable, the cameraman who like he's very good friends with the sound recordist. So like there's a moment where the way the tunnels look are beautiful. Like the way they shot it is really creepy. It's a great location, great creepy location. Like there's this sort of underground lake type of area, and actually the cameraman sort of pushes the sound recordist guy into it. So come on, man. Uh, Also, like, there's a moment where near the beginning of the film, the cameraman, like, he's talking about a job he had on the Gulf War, and he's like, I think like the first Gulf War, and the guy's, I guess Steve Davis, the cameraman, he's talking about, we were supposed to have this money to buy these gas masks, and they sent us $10,000, and it's like, oh, fuck it, we're just gonna go, get some piss, some Australia, that's beer. We're gonna get some beer, and then by the time everyone all shit's going down. We're supposed to have our mass, and of course we don't have to, so we spent all the money, and we're just like, fuck it. The other guy was really funny. And also, there's another moment where uh, you get an idea that the lead girl and then the other guy, the producer, they have a certain thing going on, and the camera and sound recorders are talking as they're filming over here. And one of them, I think the cameraman is like, "Oh, I see. They're going to try to produce something. Maybe he's going to try to produce semen." Just the way he said it, the way, I mean, he said it better than me. I just made me laugh because he said like semen, and like sound records doesn't get it at first. It's like, oh, I thought he had some good. For some reason, my nose is itching. But he did some good characters. The lead girl, I mean, good actress. That's why I didn't bother with her. But I thought they could have tweaked her character a little bit on certain stuff. Uh, I like that it didn't have the same exact ending. And getting to the suspense part, the suspense actually, I think it worked. One, because you did build up the story well enough, where you got them trying to interview what's going on, why is this recycling thing not going in there, what's going on with these tunnels, the way the tunnels look, the stuff they find in the tunnels. I thought you had some really creepy sequences. I'm not going to mention all of them, but there's two I'm going to mention. So before I do that, I'm going to give spoiler warning to my friends, like my friend Effrey. Um, I know I got him into liking the Blair Witch Project. I would really, really like to see this with him. So, Effrey, if you're watching, if you want to stop now and don't listen anymore, because I'm just going to tell a couple scenes I liked, and that's for everybody too. And check this film out. Like, I would really like to see this with my friend Effrey and see what he feels about it. If he doesn't like it, that's fine. I'm not going to bug him about it. But I thought, I thought this is actually up there with. I thought this was one of the good ones, like Blair Witch Project. Blair Witch Project is still the best, and Chronicle, but I thought this did a really good job with it. So anyway, from now on, it's going to be spoilers, so spoiler warnings. So Effrey, stop listening, because again, I like to show you this film because it's on YouTube. We can watch it together. Because I like to hear his thoughts as we're watching it. And yeah, if he doesn't like it, that's cool. But either way, the two scenes are real. For example, there's a scene where at a certain moment in the film, there's this talking where some guy's listening on headphones, and he's like, "What the hell is that?" And all of a sudden, he just drives away, and then it goes to present day, where the girl at first thought it was going to be a joke. You guys are joking and stuff. And then at the moment she's being interviewed, she's actually for the first time being given the sound recordings of what the guy had heard. And she puts it on and she hears one of their friends being taken and like sounds like being ripped apart and sounds like he's being, and her reaction and the sound effects, the really realistic sounding sound effects, it really makes you go that okay, the power of the mind is a lot more stronger than just seeing it. And her reaction, I thought was really good. I thought, wow, okay, that was really very creepy. Another moment is that they're being trying to be very quiet and they're by the sort of lake-like structure, and they hear something they can't quite see because they have like one of them has like the night vision type camera, and this guy, they don't know who it is, they don't know what it is, but it could. Oh my god, it might be a homeless guy, but he has like little like kind of blood or stuff around his eyes, and then you see something with these really funky looking eyes come up slowly behind him and grab him, and slowly turn his head. Oh my god, he's gonna break his neck, but no, he's gonna then twist it into a 180, and the fact that you barely see it. Yeah, oh shit, I thought that was really cool. I thought, wow, fuck, man. Uh, that was a really creepy scene too. But I was really impressed with this film. I really liked this film. If it's not everyone's cup of tea, that's fine. But I thought I actually liked the way it was done in sort of a documentary type of style. I thought it made it a little bit different. I thought the acting was really good. I thought they utilized the setting that they had very solid, a very solid way. And I just thought they did a really good job. I thought they really did a nice job. And I really, if you're a fan of found footage, look it up. Even if you're not, like, there's a lot of found footage films I don't like. I was just really impressed with this. I really thought they did a really good job. Had some creepy atmosphere to it, some good acting. I recommend this film, but that's just me. But that's The Tunnel. Either way, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you later. Bye bye.